it's frequency.
Right, frequently ensue.
Yeah.
You're doing it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know we were going to start late, but seeing as you're all here and been fed or whatever, we might as well start now, is that right? Yeah, thanks for the enthusiasm. So, let's just try a little bit harder. Welcome to the Roastery. Put your hands together for your host, Nik Hill. Lovely, thanks. Applause just dies off, doesn't it? Don't even manage to get to the stage, and it's like solid. We just can't be bothered. It is, isn't it? It's every gig. It's like it, and I would have thought you'd have all sort of known better by now, but no. So is this all right? Is this volume all right? Because girls, can you hear the back all right? That's good. So welcome to the Roastery. I think predominantly everyone we all know each other. So guys, have you been before? Is this your first time? Okay. Virgins. So what we do, because we've been running this gig for about 3 years, and it's just a bit of a tradition that for the new people, they just stand up, introduce themselves to the group, just say, my name's so-and-so, I'm from so-and-so, and I do this. So we might as well start with you, young man. Yeah. I know. Just right, thank you, Richard. That's been noted.
My name's Steve, I'm going to do fixing. We use this about 3 or 4 times a week.
Richard won't be here much longer, but that's fine, Steve. You might wish to find another coffee shop and. Oh, right. Richard, have you booked something? Well, that's not the thanks, guys, because in 3 years no fuckers ever stood up and said anything, so.
We don't care.
You don't know, okay? So we've got which car dealership are you at, just in case anybody wants to?
My own.
Oh, it's your own, and where's that? You can
No, it's just to order.
just to order.
So if you wanted a nice little small car, it's out.
Why did you say if I wanted a nice little small car? Was there any specific reason for that? You can steal it tomorrow. So you're from Matson then? That's right. And do you provide the funeral man with his cars?
No.
No.
Special.
So, yeah. And Steve, what was it you didn't find out what you did? Sorry. Well done, mate. Oh, okay. So a proper job. Unlike your two comrades. That's it. And everyone else is, I think we all know. Are you two, not B, are you two behind? Are you two new? You've been before. Lovely. You're all very, very welcome. So I'll try and look on our local Facebook sites to see, what's been happening. But I think everyone's cottoned on to the fact that there's no stupid posts anymore. Not even on the Kingsway site. There is nothing. Have we got any Kingsway people in? No. Like no one's going to admit that, are they? There's been nothing going on, and I was thinking, oh my God, if only there was something happening in the news. And then look what happened last week, wasn't it? Not Andrew. I'm not going to talk about that. I mean, come on, he has got to be crapping himself right now, hasn't he? He really has, because he saw what happened to a lady die, and she didn't even do anything wrong. I mean, that's. But I've got to be honest, I do feel sorry. I do feel sorry for Charles now, because obviously, his mum and dad have gone, and so it now falls to Charles to order the hit on his brother. I wasn't sure how that was going to go. My wife said, I'm meant to be doing a charity Eve on Friday. I'm not going to do that one. It's a little bit harsh. But we got through Christmas. I mean, Christmas seems ages away, doesn't it? And it was like It was only a couple of months. I've got to be honest, I'm not a big fan of Christmas because we live just down the road on Green Farm, and we've got some social housing on our estate, which is fine, you know, as long as they keep to their side. I haven't got a problem with that. But we had bloody carol singers round over Christmas. Like, there's a knock on the door, open the door, and there's 3 shabby kids, about 15 or 16 in hoodies. Carol, mate? Oh, no, she's not in. No, do you want the carol? Oh, it's a £5. Oh, go on, yeah. I was expecting a little town of Bethlehem or something like that. I got stayed by E17. I said, that's not even a carol, is it? They went, well, it was released at Christmas. I said, well, actually, it was released on November the 3rd, 1994, so I'm a bit of a geek like that. And I snatched the £5 back, and as they walked away, I'm sure I heard one of them say he thought I was a banker. It sounded something like that, I'm not sure. But the other news, the other controversy that's happened, have we all been watching the Winter Olympics? No, absolutely no interest by and large, but there's been controversy in the Winter Olympics. I don't know if you read this, but the ski jumpers were accused, it was in a German newspaper last week, the ski jumpers were accused, before they went to have their skin-tight suits measured, of injecting their penises with this hydrochlorine substance to enlarge the girth of their penises. So when they, basically means they can have a bigger suit, so when they're flying through the air, it creates a bit of a sail effect, and they stay in the air longer. I thought that can't be right, can it? I mean, it's going to be fairly obvious, the ones that have done it, and it's going to stand out a bloody mile. And my wife read this report, and this morning I signed for a 2-litre bottle of hydrochloric acid. But in the same report as the ski jumpers, the British luge team were going to be fined for having the wrong size helmet. And I thought, who's put those two bits of news together? That's just brilliant. But in other news, did we see Gloucester? We are now getting our own version of Monopoly. Did you know about this? The people that make Monopoly have decided that Gloucester is so important as a city, we deserve our own version of Monopoly. And I think we'd all agree, there's one fucking street where we know is not going to be on that. They've had to change the playing pieces for Gloucester. They changed the little racing car, that's now become a mobility scooter. They changed the little Scotty dog, that's now become an American pit bull, muzzled. And they changed the top hat to a baseball cap being worn back to front, which is fun. I've been lucky enough to see a preview of some of the cards that they're going to use, right? So these are some of the chance and community chest cards that are going to feature in the Gloucester version of Monopoly. Here's the first one. Make general repairs on your property, i.e. replace your cardboard box and get a new sleeping bag. Chance you've won a free entry to this year's cheese roll, contact a wheel writer now. Chance speeding, fine £15, but what's the point because the car's most likely stolen. Chance you pull off a major drugs deal, collect £250,000 and book your flight. Chance, an informant grasses on you, go straight to jail, lose the £250,000, the proceeds of crime. But then congratulations, it's your birthday. And your cellmate makes you his bitch. And then the last chance one is pay hospital fees of £2,500 for damage repair on your rear end. I thought that one would go down far better. So we sort of liked some of them, but not the rear end. Right, I'll make a note of that. Along with the fucking Prince Andrew that I like that Prince Andrew thing, but clearly you're all royalists, but never mind. And then in community chest, you've been awarded £20 for managing to stay out of Wetherspoons for 2 consecutive days. Community chest, and this one's never going to happen in Gloucester, is it? You've won second prize in the beauty contest. Collect £10. So that's all new material that by and large won't be making an appearance again. But you've got to try these things, haven't you? You have got to try it. And so do you know what? This year I'm I'm not kidding. I'm no, Steve. I said you're retired. How are you coping with getting older? Are you dealing with it? Is it all right? It's all right, isn't it? I don't know about you, but I've noticed over these last few months I've become a bit more accident prone. Like, give you an example, I was out walking with the dog down by the canal. There's some swans out there, and he hates the bloody swans, and they hate him. Swans kicked off, he pulled me over, I fell over, quite cut my face, had to go to A&E, get stitched up. About a month later, I was out riding the bike, down the canal again, not paying attention, fell off, really raised my side, done my neck in, had to go in A&E. And then just before Christmas, I was messing about, we were out for a walk, and I was balancing on this log, and my wife said, "Careful you fall out, I'll be fine," and I fell off, and I went to A&E again. And as I was leaving for the third time, this nurse just slipped a little leaflet into my hand. She said, "You don't have to suffer in silence." It was, "Are you a victim of domestic abuse?" And I was nearly going to say something, but then I thought, one more incident or accident and I can get my wife arrested. The other thing I've noticed, Steve, I don't know if you've experienced this about getting older, that when I retired in 2023, we made a bit of a pact, me and him. We said we won't sit down and watch daytime TV till at least 4:30 or when even the chase starts. Well, that's gone out the window. 12:15 the other day. 12:15 we're watching it. And you young ones won't appreciate that. You've got it all to come, but the adverts are geared up for our demographic, and it starts innocently enough. Stand stair lifts, walk-in baths with older ladies in one-piece swimsuits. And then it swiftly moves on to the more sinister things, like funeral plans and ending up with simple cremations. Doesn't it? That's it, I bet you love it, don't you? I don't mind telling you, I quite like the adverts for the walking baths and the older ladies, because I've always had a thing like for the older women. Even, I probably started when I was about 15, and even back then, they could be 20, 30 years older, that would have been fine. So I was 15, they would have been 45, that was all right. That same ratio doesn't work now I'm 68, like that is, because I am now knocking on Mary Berry's wall, that's what's happening now. And I said this at a gig the other night, and there was a couple, there was a guy, and then there was 2 ladies either side of it. You went, "Mate, there's nothing wrong with Mary Berry, I would." And I looked at him and I thought, "How old are you?" He's strong, 32. Right? The woman to his left looked absolutely horrified, because it turned out that was his wife. I thought, what a thing to say in front of him. The one on the right, she was ecstatic, because that was his mother-in-law, and she bore a striking resemblance to Mary Berry, so I think she thought she was on the promise. Brilliant. So the Mary Berry stuff works, the Andrew stuff doesn't, the Monopoly is there or thereabouts, the Swans, yeah, okay. I'll go back and cry into some coffee over those. But I think now I've worked you up into a height of comedic frenzy. Are you ready? Well, I should explain, sorry, tonight we've got two brilliant acts for you tonight, so we're going to have your first act on there in about 30 minutes. Then we'll have a little break and we'll have your second act. And with a bit of luck, we can be done by 8:30, at 9 o'clock, because obviously the older generation here, it's going to be way past our bedtimes, isn't it, if we're out much longer. So we've got 2 brilliant acts for you tonight. So are you ready for your first act? Yeah. Please make you very welcome the lovely Nik Page.
Hello, this weirdly is my third gig tonight.